Hello and welcome to Japanese in 5, where we take 5 minutes out of my precious day and I teach you Japanese. Wait a minute, I think I said that wrong. I take 5 minutes out of your precious day and we learn some Japanese. Today's topic is kind of an interesting one, and it's my favorite broadcast that we did today. It is English words from Japan. We always talk about English words that are in Japan, but it's English words that we got from Japan that we use every day in America. Okay, some of them are very easy, like for example, kamikaze, right? But we don't say kamikaze, we say kamikaze or something like that. We say this really bad accented version. Oh yeah, they had some kamikaze fighters. Did you know that only 1 in 9 kamikaze actually reached their target? That's a crazy bad rate of attrition. Is that even the right word? I don't know. Here's the kanji for it. Kamikaze. Kamikaze. It is literally, you know, you've seen this, you guys all know it, divine wind, but kami by itself means God, and wind, kaze, means wind. Okay? Now, here's another word that we use a lot, and, well, I thought I had changed this to have a hyphen. Normally it has a hyphen. It's harikari in English. We say harikari. But in Japanese, it's an actual word from Japan. It's harakiri. It's hara, not hari. Harakiri means literally to cut your stomach. Hara, kiri. Okay, now here's an interesting thing. If you reverse this and put this kanji here, it becomes another word that we probably know in English, seppuku. Seppuku. Pretty much the same thing, where you cut your stomach when you die in disgrace, okay? Okay, here's another word that is pretty shocking that I know you've heard. It's not maybe around the entire United States, but I know in the Western United States we do use it. It's skosh. And you'll hear like, well, if you're a skosh short, we can just make it up on the weekend. Skosh. We actually say skosh. I don't know how it got into America. I believe it might have come from Mormon missionaries who come back on their mission, because I hear a lot of people in Utah use this, for sure. But it comes from the word skoshi. Skoshi, which means a little. And you'll see this little thing here, like this. Skoshi. Skosh. Hey, if you're a skosh, we're a skosh off on the money tonight. Yeah, I took $5 out. Skoshi. All right. Here's another word that you might have thought came from China, rickshaw. Rickshaw is that thing that, you know, you're like a guy will like pull you around, like he's a human horse. He pulls you around while you're in a little carriage behind him. It's a rickshaw, but it comes from a Japanese word. The Japanese word is jin riksha. Jin riksha. It's jin, person, riki, power, wheel, a human powered wheel. We took off the jin and just say riksha, rickshaw, but the Japanese call it a jinriksha. All right. Here's another word, tsunami. We all know this word in America, but we don't say tsunami. We almost always say tsunami, tsunami. But it comes from a Japanese word. It comes from the Japanese word tsunami. And this means port, and this means wave. It's a wave in the port. Even though in English we translate tsunami as tidal wave, it's really a port wave. It's the wave that comes all the way to the port. Have you ever sang karaoke? That's how we say it in English, karaoke. This is a really cool word because it came from Japan, but before it came from Japan, it partially came from America, all right? So the word is pronounced karaoke, karaoke. But why is it in katakana? That's because it's not an actual Japanese word. It's a combo word made up of a Japanese word and an American word, or an English word. It's kara, empty. Empty. Just like karate. Karate means empty hand. This means empty. What's empty? The orchestra. Orchestra. This line has been removed. The lengthener has been removed. But karaoke means empty orchestra, to mean you singing by yourself, basically, right? All right, here's another one. Typhoon. Wow, typhoon came from Japan? Yes, it did. It comes from the word taifu. Taifu, which means wind on a platform. This is a platform, this is wind, taifu. This one will probably blow your mind. Tycoon. The word tycoon comes from Japan. It's a person with a lot of money, or a rich guy, right? Or a guy with a lot of power. It comes, the same thing in Japan, it's tycoon. A tycoon is an older word, and it means like a prince or a shogunate. It's a very old word in Japan. I don't even know if Japanese even know this word. I'd never heard it before until today. Here's another one. Emoji. I don't know even how we say this in English because I only know the Japanese way of saying it, but emoji is a Japanese word. They basically invented emoji, and it is picture letter. E is an art, a piece of art, and moji is letter, art lettering, right? And hancho, we spell it like this, hancho, H-A-N is the sound, hancho in Japanese. This is someone like, hey, who's the head honcho around here? Who's the guy in charge, right? Well, in Japanese, they have the same word. It is hancho, and it's not a coincidence. This word did come from Japan, and it means team leader, hancho. And the final one, and the one that you knew I was probably going to say if you know who I am, it's bukkake. Bukkake. We say this in English. Everyone surprisingly knows what it means. You can look it up online. You'll see. Be very, very careful when you put this into the internet. It will bring up some bad things. But it comes from the verb bukkakeru. Bukkakeru. This alone, kakeru, means to put on. To put it on something. Like you could put ketchup on your hamburger. Ketchup wo hamburger ni kakemashita. But bukkakeru is like a more dashed it on, okay? It's like a dash. So bukkake is a dashing. If you want to learn more Japanese, but not that word bukkake because it won't be in this book because we're a clean book, you can go to yesjapan.com and get free membership to our course, or you can just buy the book online at amazon.com. See you on the next Japanese in 5. Bye-bye.